London Fashion Arts introduction video on how to use the handheld pill press. Today I'm going to be making brown sugar tablets, crystalline brown sugar tablets with green nastrol and microcrystalline cellulose as my main binding agent, and a little bit of magnesium stearate to add a shine. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on my scales and I'm going to take a amount of the active ingredient. Now, I want a 0.1 of my active ingredient, so pop that in there. And then to that, I'm going to add a 0.1 of green dye. And I am then going to double the amount of binding agent to the amount of active ingredient and colour I have. So far I've got 0.2 in there, so I'm going to add 0.2 of binding agent, and then I'm going to add just the smallest dash of magnesium stearate, just literally a little tip, and I'm not even going to put it all in there, just a little dash. Then I'm going to take that mix, I'm going to tap it down into the corner, really going to give it a good old mix. There's probably easier ways of doing this, but inside a bowl or something that you can get to, just so that you can really move it around, and you'll know that you've mixed it correctly, because you won't be able to see white anymore. You'll just be able to see a smooth colour depending on what colour nastrol you've put in there. And on the website, which is londonfashionarts.co.uk, you'll be able to see that we also sell purple and orange and red and yellow and other various colours. And if you have an actual colour request as well that we don't stock on the website, feel free to use the contact us page to get in contact with us and let us know what you're thinking, and we'll see what we can knock up for you. So there we go. We have our active ingredient and our binders and our colours all mixed together there. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare the handheld press. First, you take the centre section and you block off one end using the biggest of all of the dies, standard, and then you add your mix, which is easiest if you have a little piece of paper around. So just pop into the paper, use it as a funnel guide. Once you've familiarised yourself with the press, you might be able to do up to 60 tablets an hour, 60, maybe 100 an hour if you really get your tableting on, but to be honest, this is more for the recreational home user than the industrial productionist. So once you've added your active ingredient, just pull out your bottom die a little bit so that it's just hanging loose, but not so that the powder can escape, and apply your bottom cap. Just a few turns, but not tight. The next thing you want to do is start adding your dyes from the top. If you've brought an imaged dye from us, at this point you want to put the image in first, but I'm just making blank ones today. So if you had an image, you'd pop that in first, and then you'd start to add. Start with the smaller ones first. Just build it up. And then the very last one that you want to pop on is one of the biggest ones. Now, you need to be able to move that bigger one a little bit further down, so we're just going to loosen off this end a bit until we can get... Oh, that's a little bit too loose, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take this last one out. Just work it about until you've got a little bit of black sticking out this end and your lid isn't quite on tight at the other end. Next thing you need to do is apply your cap for the opposite end and attach both of your handles, which come with little magnetic inserts to help keep them in place, and then just slowly start tightening it up. Try to make sure that neither of the caps actually buffer with the middle section, otherwise I find it can become really problematic getting it undone. I mean, you've got to remember these are very tight threads, and you've just got to keep tightening it, just as much pressure as you can apply. Obviously, the more pressure you apply, the more solid your tablet is going to be. I wouldn't recommend dumping them in your gym bag or your pocket and heading down to the gym and going for a run or going for a heavy dance, because you might find that the tablet breaks up. If it's kept inside a cigarette box, or if you put it inside a little pill holder, then that's probably the best way to keep it safe. I mean, it will stay together, but as I keep saying, this is more for the recreational supplement user rather than an industrial scale production. So once you've got it as tight as you really feel it can go, you need to get one of the ends off. So undo it. You'll see that that pops off quite nicely, quite easily. And if you take that off, you now take off the black bit. The metal insert that you just had popped into the handle now fits into the center section, and you pop this bit back on here, and that enables you to get a good bit of leverage onto the other end. Sometimes you find that it gets quite tight, so that really gives you something to grip onto and twist with, which can make the process a lot easier. Now, once you've done this, if you remove one black bit from one black center section from either side, you'll now see your pill from one end and black from the other. If you take the center sections and pop them back in there, pop back on your lid and tighten it up, just loosely, just with your hand, it doesn't have to be anything extreme, you'll now see it start to push the tablet towards you. So the best thing to do is do that, then pop back in one of the smaller center sections, pop back on the top, give it a little push, and here we go. And as you keep winding, a little bit like a lipstick tube or something along those lines, you'll just see that your tablet gets pushed up to the top, where eventually, I mean towards the end you don't really need to wind the black bits through. I just find it helps push it out in a smooth fashion. Some people like to use the handles to kind of go up in there and give it a little push, but there you go. And out pops your finished tablet. So yeah, there we go, and that's a demonstration on how to use the handheld tablet press, available from londonfashionarts.co.uk. If you have purchased one of these from us and you have any questions or inquiries, please feel free to get hold of us. We like to look after our customers, and we hope you enjoy your press. Thank you very much once again for watching.